I don't know why they hate me, but they hate me nonetheless.
And I don't know why I am chaffing, but I am chaffing nonetheless. A salacious allegation was at the forefront of my mind late last night after something was brought to my attention. I don't know what it was, but I know it was something.
I know there's something going on.
I know there's something going on.
I know it won't be long.
Won't be long before you're gone.
There's something going on.
There's something going on.
A prostitute was established late this morning after it came to the police's attention that sex was being solicited outside Mommy Incorporated. I was alerted last night after Mommy had passed out on the floor like I knew she would and was unable to accept phone calls, so I accepted the phone call on her behalf and accepted the call charges, and you'd think I'm angelic. I was so disheartened to hear that people are using the back of Mommy Incorporated to have sex and do their thing. Don't they realize that that is our place of work? Even without this show we drag it in, but what they are doing is stopping any of potential investors wanting to invest in our products or come up with new products for us to sell, like the Peninsula C5, which shall be available exclusively to Amazon within the next week.
I don't know how many nights I spent bent over the kitchen table trying out the Peninsula C5.
I do. You spent 9 weeks bent over the kitchen table giving it your all.
And you spend your whole life playing with your balls.
Why are you trying to start shit with me? We are employed to be outstanding pillars of our community, and you make us look like filthy whores.
If you don't like sex, you're a freak.
I do like sex, I just don't like you, and because I don't like you it don't make me a freak, it just makes me normal like my fans.
Fans? You have fans?
A local gift shop was reported missing last night. The shop suddenly disappeared as the local pilgrims were coming from far and wide to visit Mummy Aquarium, and on the way buy some of their favorite animals at the gift shop, appropriately named Mommy's Gifts. But to the pilgrims' shock and horror, the shop had just vanished and they had to go to Pizza Hut to get their ass fucked. And I can tell you here and now that getting your ass fucked in Pizza Hut is a very expensive fucking indeed.
Speaking of expensive fucking, last night I was arrested after I went walkabouts in the local shit park. This shit park is where all the muddy runs and where all the whacked out party gals go to shit on the floor and park benches like out of control party gals. But unfortunately the police are cracking down hard on such activity, and I was made to feel like a common criminal just because I am a party gal with the party sense of forever.
A policeman was violently beaten to death by a chicken wing after he stopped the chicken wing from crossing the road to get to the other side because the other side wanted the hot sauce that the chicken wing so lovingly craved. Halfway across the road, the chicken wing was stopped by this irate police officer. The police officer was the most strict and disciplined man in the world. His tie was so tight it was choking him and making his face red, and his baton was flashing blue because he was in the mood for a blue night. But this man was no ordinary man. This man was imported from North Korea, and he was out on the prowl for anything he could find to stuff in his hole. All of his holes. Mouth, eyes, ears, nose, dick hole, and rib cage. Did I mention mouth?
A mouth was taken into custody this morning after it had sucked too many cocks for too much money and was swindling the local perverts out of house and home. This mouth would charge $60,000 hairs a minute, and with all the perverts only lasting a minute, this was a good career move. Unfortunately, these perverts had to remortgage their homes so they could get some cock action, and they all joined together and got upset because they were all about to become homeless because they are a bunch of perverts. So they marched to the local cop shop and made a formal complaint, and the mouth was arrested that same night while out doing its thing. And to be quiet honest, I am disgusted, appalled even that some innocent mouth could be arrested for doing its thing when the perverts knew what they were being charged. This reminds me of that one time I was arrested for sucking my teacher's cock.
Once? You suck everybody's cock. You sucked all your teachers off in high school so you could get amazing grades so your parents would let you continue with you acting, though I am not sure I would call it acting, but then again I am amazingly educated, no thanks to you, because you would blow all my teachers to make sure they gave me shit grades cause you wanted to see me suffer, cause the only thing that makes you feel good is sucking cock and seeing me suffer. I don't know why I am the one who should have to suffer because of your promiscuity. You are a slut and everybody knows it.
My mama don't know it.
Yeah, well, your mama is an even bigger slag.
You take that back, you little runt.
No.
The third degree.
A parent was shoved through the letterbox of its daughter's school after it had become apparent that the school's headmaster was in fact a rabbit. This rabbit was the whitest rabbit you'd ever seen. It was one of those rabbits that if you actually could catch them and peel them, that they were full of delicious fondant chocolate. Yummy, yummy, tasty, delicious chocolate. Not as tasty as cock, but tasty nonetheless. The parent wanted to see what all the fuss was and found this bunny rabbit hopping along the corridor and nabbed the little fucker by the tail, skinned it and ate it like a sweaty whore. Needless to say, this parent went home her pay.
An anagram was violated after it was attacked on a night on the town. This anagram was shiny and blue and silver in the middle, and everyone wanted to get a piece of it, just like my best friend who nabbed it in the ass, brought it home and cooked it on the fire and had it as a midnight snack. You see, my friend is a cannibal, a sick and perverted cannibal, and would eat anything as long as it was human and alive 2 minutes prior. But this wasn't the ordinary day for my best friend, who was gunned down by the police before he tucked into this sexy anagram. You get me?
A teenager was arrested outside Wami Asylum after it was reported he was trying to climb over the fence to get his ex-best friend after the friend called a friend in need to come and pick him up after he failed to show his cock to one of the medical staff for observation. Unfortunately for this teenager, the only thing stopping him from bleeding to death after climbing over the wall was sex, and he fucked the doctor in Wami Regional.
Which doctor?
My friend Dr. Zimmerman.
Oh no, not good old Dr. Zimmerman. You killed him.
No, I did not. If you listened carefully, you would have heard that some cunt climbed over the walls of Wami Asylum, and the only way to keep him alive was if he had sex with someone, and he went ahead and chose my friend Dr. Zimmerman cause he hates me ever since I leaked the deleted Peninsula Report episode on Friday, and the medical people are investigating him cause of my allegations.
Alligate this, you alligator.